Once again, we are coming to you live from the AM740 Concert Lobby with our very special guest, the lovely, the talented Miss Sophie Milman. And right now, I think we're going to touch base with James out in the audience. And James, you've got a question for Sophie.
Thanks, Darrin. I'm here with Scotty Woods, and Scotty would like to ask Sophie a question.
Yeah, Sophie, when you're not rehearsing and you're not doing shows, what does Sophie like to do with her spare time?
Well, Scotty, we've been friends for many years. So you probably know the answer to that question, you sneaky one. What do I like to do in my spare time? We travel all the time, so I'm kind of boring when I'm at home. I read, I paint, I listen to music. I spend a lot of time with my fiance and my family and my brother, and I just, no crazy drug-induced comas for me. It's all very safe.
There's a question right there. You listen to music. Who are you listening to right now?
Right now I'm really into India.Arie. I'm listening to her a lot, and of course I always go back to my jazz favorites like Carmen McRae and Sarah Vaughan and Shirley Horn and Jaco Pastorius, etc. But I'm exploring kind of cool new R&B stuff, and she really appeals to me, just a kind of soothing voice in my life right now.
Soothing voice. I think a lot of us can relate with the soothing voice when we listen to Sophie Milman, that's for sure. Okay, now the idea, bless you. Now the idea, from what I understand, is you were born in Russia.
Yes.
Moved to Israel as a very young girl.
Yes.
Then next thing you know, you get plucked out of Israel, and all of a sudden you're in the freezing cold in Canada, middle of the winter.
You got, yeah.
And you've
right
been
so
through
far.
some tough times in your life growing up, but one of the things that helped you get through the tough times were your dad's jazz records.
Yes. Yeah, that was an incredible collection, not just jazz, but also, kind of R&B from the 70s and classical music and gospel and lots of Russian albums, but especially the jazz really appealed to me. It kind of started to symbolize family time because my parents both, I was a is that what's called latchkey kid? Or
yeah.
Since the age of 7, I was cooking my own dinners because they were working 2-3 jobs each. And the only time that I got to see them, this was before my brother was born, everything changed when he was born. They were home much more, It's the oldest kid always gets the brunt of it. But we got to spend time on the weekends, and what we would do, we put on these records and dance and sing, and I would kind of memorize the songs to just experience something with my parents and to kind of get together that way. So jazz became synonymous with family and with downtime, which we never had much of, and just a kind of a wonderful thing in our lives.
Little girl listening to jazz in Israel. You went to, what about your friends your age?
Yeah, I wasn't
Did you have
cool.
any? You were the latchkey kid.
Yeah, no, I had some friends, but...
Did they think that was strange?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And even the pop I liked, Stevie Wonder and the Beatles. I mean, I'm always about 30, 40 years, behind what's going on. And I actually am not embarrassed by that at all. But what it did is made me not particularly popular with my peers. Because, teenagers and people in their kind of tweens or whatever, they connect through music. Music is the most important thing.
Absolutely.
And here I was, listening to Gershwin and stuff like that. So
who's that?
Who's that and why do we need it? Well, it's just beautiful music, and to each their own, for sure.
Rumor has it you were a bit of a teen pop star? Something called
God,
Festival?
No, not a teen pop star. This was a kind of not a kids show, not even a talent show. And there were 10 kids selected out of thousands that auditioned across Israel. And the point of the program was to sing the popular songs of the day, of the year.
Okay.
So the superstars that made them famous would go out and sing them, and then the kids would go out and sing them. And I barely spoke Hebrew at the time. I mean, it was really early on. Like, my audition was a Russian song.
Really?
Yes. And somehow I was able to get through, and it turned me off of singing for a long time. So it was very, very traumatic. I was 10 years old. I didn't know what was happening. So, I'd only really returned to singing in Canada.
Well, we sure are happy that you did. And on that note, I think I'm looking at the clock. It's time to get back into another song. What song are we going to sing next?
It's called "Where Do You Start?" It's a Johnny Mandel song, and and co-written by Marilyn and Alan Bergman. I think I've sung it here before. It's just a very sad song, but it kind of leaves the door open. I love the lyrics.
Very nice. Okay, well, remember, if you're listening on the radio right now, you can watch the sights and the sounds of the concert lobby at our website, am740.ca. Here's Sophie Milman performing Where Do You Start by Johnny Mandel.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Where do you start? How do you separate the present from the past? How do you deal with all the things you thought would last that didn't last? With bits of memory scattered here and there, I look around and don't know where to start. Which books are yours? Which tapes and dreams belong to you? And which are mine? Our lives are tangled like the branches of a vine that intertwine. So many habits that we'll have to break, and yesterdays we'll have to take apart. One day there'll be a song or something in the air again to catch me by surprise, and you'll be there again. A moment in what might have been. Where do you start? Do you allow yourself a little time to cry? Or do you close your eyes and kiss it all goodbye? I guess you tried, though I don't know where and don't know when I'll find myself in love again. I promise there will always be a little place no one will see, tiny part deep in my heart that stays in love with you. Thank you so much.
Performing the song Where Do You Start right here live in the AM740 Concert Lobby. Fantastic. You know, I just got a bit of a news break here, Sophie. It seems today your album on iTunes is #1.
Thank you.
And you have the #1 single, I Can't Make You Love Me.
Yes.
And you have 3 other songs that are in the top 10. Take Love Easy, 50 Ways, and My One and Only Love.
Yeah, good day. Good day, to say the least.
Not
You know,
too
you
bad
can only...
for the day after
Thank
your
you.
album releases.
Yeah.
Now, you've got so much stuff ahead of you. You've got so much work to do. I don't think a lot of people realize that you're actually a commerce student. You don't look like an accountant to me.
No, yeah, hopefully I don't. I don't know. Although there are some good-looking accountants out there. They've really discovered the sexy power suit, and it's good. But yeah, I try to squeeze in courses when I can. It seems like I'm always with it. This degree is always within reach, but there's plans touring and I'm making records, so I have 4 half-year courses to go, and I do enjoy learning. It's something, you know, doing something different from music from time to time.
Not just the beauty, also the brains, folks. Now, we discussed your love of music growing up, but you also mentioned a lot earlier that all of this kind of came about by chance for you.
Yes.
How did it start? How did it happen?
Well, after I finished playing with the Toronto All-Star Big Band, I wasn't with them for very long. I had never really experienced a true solo gig, and just for fun, I was already enrolled in university as in commerce full-time, and in the summer between high school and university, I just I went to jam sessions and carried around the 2 standards I had music for, and would politely ask the band leaders to sit in. And Bill King, a wonderful piano player in Toronto, gave me my first gig. And a record label walked in a few short gigs after and offered me a deal. It was very serendipitous, and it seems very charmed, but the real work started after. I mean, it was kind of a slow climb from there to where I am now. But I was definitely discovered by chance.
Look at how far you've come.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Now, what do you have planned for us next? There's a song that we actually talked about. It's the Bruce Springsteen.
Yes.
I'm on Fire. This
I'm
is
on
her
fire.
take on The Boss, everybody. Put your hands together for Miss Sophie Milman live in the AM740 Concert Lobby.
Hey, baby boy, is your mama won't let you go and leave you all alone. I got a bad desire. Oh, I'm on fire. Tell me now, baby, is she good to you? Does she do to you things that I do? I'm gonna take you out. Oh, I'm on fire. Sometimes it's like someone took a knife, baby, edgy and dull, and cut a 6-inch valley through the middle of my soul. And I don't wake up with the sheets soaking wet and a freight train running through the middle of my head. Only can cool my desire. I'm on fire. the sheets soaking wet and a freight train running through the middle of night. Head only can cool my desire. I'm on fire. Yeah, I'm on fire. I'm on fire. I'm on fire.
Thank you so much.
That's Sophie Milman performing live here in the AM740 Concert Lobby, doing her own take on Bruce Springsteen's I'm on Fire, and I personally think you did a better job. I like your version better. Stay with us. We've got much more coming up after this quick break.